guys, this is Nancy at Paper Moon Tarot. I posted my June-July acquisitions video yesterday, and at least 3 different people came back with comments asking to see more of one of the decks that I showed there, which is the PhantasmaTarot by Paulina Fae, also known as Paulina Cassidy. And so I wanted to come on and quickly do that to satisfy the deck lust of my fans. I should do it shot down on the table to do a flip through, but it takes a longer time for me to set that up, and I just wanted to do this and get it out there. It's a wonderful deck. It's got this hard box with the thumb pull, not the magnetic, and it's from US Games, and it has your pretty standard little white book that has text, you know, some spreads, that kind of stuff that, you know, you have 500 copies of. But, you know, it's more than a little pamphlet. It's a little book, and it's cute. It's got a little dragon on it. And then my cat's going to chime in. You all know McFeegle. He's probably going to jump up here soon, and look out. Okay, so I really like this deck. I'll tell you right up front, you don't have to wait for my comments at the end. The cardstock is great. I think US Games is doing something a little different with their cardstock. It's almost a waxy paper feel to it, rather than going more to the plain card, flexible one. I don't shuffle well, I don't riffle shuffle, so I can't tell you how it riffle shuffles. But it's a very sturdy cardstock, and it feels good in the hand, so I like that. The backs actually have a, sort of a pink tint to them, which is hard to see on the camera, and just a delicate little drawing there. And what I like about this deck, one of the things I like is I always liked her artwork, but the deck I have, the Paulina Tarot, is bordered and regular tarot size, so it's going to be more like this size. And this deck, being larger and borderless, helps you see her artwork better, and she has very busy artwork sometimes with all these fantastical elements going on. Beautiful artwork, but sometimes a little hard to see in a smaller bordered edition. So when I saw a review of this, I thought, yeah, I'm going to try this out because I really think her art is cool. So, all that said, let's take a look at the cards. Here is our Fool, who is stepping off of the moon, apparently. Little cat back there. And some of these cards seem much clearer to me. They're less busy in the background than her other decks, and some are more like her other decks. So this is, I think, my favorite card in the deck. It's the Magician, which is a rabbit pulling a person out of a hat. How cool is that? The High Priestess is a fox, which I think is pretty appropriate, that High Priestesses are kind of sly and they keep information to themselves and they're smart. The Empress, this is, by the way, an animal fairy deck, so although you won't see people, it's not totally animals. But the Empress is a deer growing a garden out of its back, I guess, with the water and so on. So pretty, everything's pretty in this deck. The Emperor, I don't even know what kind of animal that is, but it's kind of interesting. He's balanced on these things with his hooves. He's kind of keeping control of things. The Hierophant has been renamed the Mentor, and the Hierophant is an elephant, which I think is a nice little sort of play on word sounds. Now, there's my cat complaining. He's not a Hierophant fan. Love instead of the Lovers. McFeagle, shush. You're not on camera. They don't even know who you are. The Chariot. Kind of like that. It's focused on the horses, and it's almost like there's a whirlwind between them, but no physical driver that you can see. Just the things to be controlled rather than controller. Excuse me. Strength is a dragon. And I kind of like there's sort of fire shooting out of his mouth, as if the strength has to deal with is an internal fire. You know, you have to be strong to manage yourself. The Hermit almost looks like a peacock to me, but with its plumage not expanded. And that's an interesting metaphor to me for the Hermit. You're off by yourself and holding things in. You're not, you know, to the extent that you're not exposing yourself to humanity or the world, you're kind of clutching things to yourself and going off by yourself. Anyway. McFeagle, don't do that. I should have let him out before I started this, shouldn't I? Here's the Wheel of Fortune, which is two bunnies around a wheel that has astrological symbols and so on. Justice is a wise owl with scales hanging from something like antlers, I don't know, on an owl. But the wisdom of the owl and the wisdom of justice, I guess. Justice is wise, debatable. The Hanged Man is absolutely adorable. He looks to me, if you've seen How the Grinch Stole Christmas and the Who down in Whoville and their little onesies that they wear, it reminds me of the Who down in Whoville. But this is one of the fairy figures, obviously. Death, kind of a figure of death up here with a skeleton of something behind, but almost like a shower of seeds is what they struck me as first. You're seeding new life as you're taking old life. So. Temperance, beautiful mermaid. There comes McFeagle. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Let's move the glass out of the way. You want to talk to the people? Come on. The Jinn is the devil. All you animal lovers out there are enjoying this, aren't you? So that's the devil with a caged creature. The Tower. Isn't that a pretty tower? And it has people falling from it. It has more of the Marseille style, like an inspiration hitting rather than strike of lightning. And the tower isn't falling, but people are falling from it. And I kind of like that interpretation of the tower, that it's a moment when you realize something strikes you, and it changes everything for you. So. Star. The moon is kind of interesting. It's a woman with a whole bunch of owls. And I guess I think of owls as certainly animals of the night. And that wisdom comes in again, sort of intuition, things like that. The sun riding a giant frog, I guess. And I love this sun up here. It's really a pretty, and different from the art in the rest of the deck. It just stands out as something very bright and McFeagle. McFeagle likes the sun card because it's orange, like us. Hey, baby, give me a break. Okay, I think I better speed up here or we'll never get through. there's Judgment. This is one of the cards where there are a few where I'm like, okay, I don't really get the meaning. It's a cat with things radiating from it, but I'll have to study it. I just got this. And the World is a dragon sort of curved around the world. Okay, so I think on the minors, I'll go a little more quickly and just let you observe. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, leaping homeward, I guess. Five of Wands, this certainly shows our rivalry. But of course, the colors in this deck are beautiful. The creatures are fantastical. I love that. You know, it's not just pretty, it's interesting. You know, it's not just, I don't know, frou-frou Disney type things. There's a lot of detail, a lot of things going on, and interesting creatures. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. I think that's a really good depiction of the feeling of that card. And our overburdened Ten of Wands. Okay, the Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. It's, I think, sort of a combo horse fairy creature with fire coming out of his mouth. McFeagle? No. Queen of Wands. I think she has a little dragon at her feet. And it's interesting in this, the knight has almost a spear wand, and she's got a spherical wand, and then the king has more of a branch wand, so they're kind of variations. Ace of Cups, beautiful blues. Two of Cups, just fun creatures. Three of Cups, that's a party you'd want to be at, right? Flamingo wine gala. Four of Cups, just ignoring all four cups in this case. Because, heck, if a unicorn walked into your yard, you would pay attention to nothing but the unicorn, right? Five of Cups. You see what I mean, though, if you haven't seen one of her decks before, all the detail that's going on here. You see that there are three cups here and, you know, other cups here, and they're in different angles, but you have to look a little bit. But I do find the larger size a lot better than the other deck. Six of Cups, that's really a fun one. Like the little babies on the creature, sort of remembering childhood, and the woman, or fairy woman, communing with the creature. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. She's just moving on through the sky, I guess. Nine of Cups. But, you know, way beautiful art. I think this is going to be a real fun deck to work with. And of course, very gentle, whether you're working with young people or people in stressful situations. 10 of Cups. Or working with yourself in a stressful situation. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. I love that the Knights all have different vehicles to move around on. This one's gorgeous. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Okay, swords, moving on to swords. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. I think this is a refreshing Three of Swords. You do have the pierced heart, but it's not in the person. Has that feeling I kind of get from these gray streaks coming in, like there's something oppressive happening, something a little difficult, but it's not as gut-wrenching as the pierced heart. Four of Swords. McFeagle. Are you a Four of Swords kind of guy? You just like to rest and relax from the battle, don't you, buddy? Five of Swords. Oh, he's got claws in me. McFeagle, I may have to throw this whole video out because of you. Okay. And then Six of Swords. Seven of Swords.
Okay.
Eight of Swords, which I think is kind of cool. Shows, I don't know what this creature is, whether it's a man or a woman. It's got kind of an interesting cocktail dress on. Nine of Swords. Definitely feels nightmarish. She has a good way of using colors, the grays in the sky and so forth to create a mood. Well, there goes the deck. Okay. All right. I don't know whether I should even show this video. Okay, we're at the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Like a jack-in-the-box, only with swords in it, and some swords in the ground, too. Okay. Let's keep going, try and get through this before McFeagle totally takes over. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords, this one flying around on a dragon. Queen of Swords. She'll let go. And I would say there is no diversity in these fairies. There's no body diversity or color, but I don't know what color fairies come in or what sizes they come in, so who am I to say? King of Swords. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. I love that one. I don't know whether that's a rabbit or what that creature is, but it's cool. And the pentacles in here are sort of like circles with stars in them, which is kind of fun. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Bats. Creating something together. I'm not sure what bats create. Nests. I don't know. Four of Pentacles, just kind of hugging things to her. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. This is one where I have to think about it. in terms of what it represents. Maybe the trees are lending their shade and their comfort to these creatures, which also look like bats to me, but I'm not sure. So as far as sharing and giving and taking, they're coexisting somehow. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. Have I been saying swords? It's pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, which is our garden scene. It's quite a pretty one. Ten of Pentacles. Kind of the two creatures, their tails are entwined, which sort of suggests to me like family, you know, they've got a connection, and I guess that's the Ten of Pentacles idea. Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, I actually love him because as a Knight of Pentacles, he's a rhinoceros. He's kind of a plodding knight. He moves slower, but he's got the same power that a knight has. But interesting image with all the other ones flying around on dragons and so on, and in hot air balloons. This guy's just a big, heavy creature walking along steadily. He's going to get there. Queen of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. With his own animal creature there. So that's the PhantasmaTarot by Paulina Fae, and it's McFeagle approved. And I really like it. I like the card quality, I like the backs, the imagery is really pretty, and you know, I've commented on a few where I can figure out the meanings from the symbols and the things going on in the cards pretty handily. So that's my review. You can get this on Amazon, I'm sure Book Depository, various retail outlets from US Games. And I really appreciate you guys watching and requesting the video. I hope I've answered some questions and given you a good run through of it. And you guys take care. Make Feagles say goodbye.